using without format that we started. CRUD. CRUD operations. Yeah. Manish, are you there? Manish, can you hear me? No? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, Kuntal, anything from your side on this?
Code operation means how to write the code or how to implement all these things.
Mm, I don't get that. I am asking CRUD operation in OData services. It's all about performing CRUD only, na? Either it is any application, whether it is Amazon for purchasing, watching movies or anything, everywhere only CRUD operation is going on. Either some creation of data, reading of data, updation of data, or deletion of data.
Mhm.
So whether you are creating a API using OData services, you are going to perform the same stuff, correct?
Correct.
So when we are talking about CRUD or CURD, it is same thing, stands for create, update, read, and delete. Mainly 4 operations are there. Yeah. These are the database operations. These are the database operations which we can perform using the OData services in SAP. And I believe you all have added the hosts files in your system, correct? I have shared the host files on Friday, correct? So to perform these CRUD operations, SAP has given us some CRUD methods, or better, I should say 5 CRUD methods here. 5 CRUD methods. And here, if you recall, there was a folder called service implementation in which we can see all these CRUD methods, correct? So let's understand how implementation is going to be done here for each and every method. Now, if you check these methods here, if you check these methods, first one is your create entity method. Second one is your update entity method. Third one is your delete entity method. Delete entity method. Fourth one will be your get entity method. And the last one will be your get entity set method. Mainly 5 methods are there: create, update, delete, get entity, and get entity set. So for the first one, create entity method, this method will be used to create a record in the table. That's the use case of it. And this method has mainly 2 important parameters. parameters. First one is your IO data provider. These parameters are very, very important. IO data provider. And the second one is your ER entity. Yes, IO data provider and ER entity. This IO data provider, this will capture the input records from the front-end applications. Input record from the front-end application. Whatever you are sending as a input from your Fiori app, this particular parameter is going to capture it. It has got one read entry data method. It has got one read entry data method. Yes. And this method will return you the captured data from the front-end application. And once creation is done, you can send the output to the front-end app using ER entity. So this will send the output values to the front-end applications. That's the use case of these two parameters. Then there is your update entity method. This will also capture the value from the front-end application. So what we can see here, this method is similar to create entity because it is also going to capture input and it contains the same parameters as that of create entity method. Same parameter as that of create entity method. This method will be used to update the existing record. Yes, update the existing record. One more note point for everyone. Primary keys can never be updated. They can only be created or deleted. So non-primary keys values we can update using this method. Then there you have your delete entity method. Delete entity method is used to remove the existing records from the table. Yeah. And this method has one important parameter called IT key tab. Yeah. This will capture the value from the front-end application and accordingly you will delete it. Yes. This will capture the value from the front-end application and accordingly you will delete it. Are you all getting? Yeah. Are you all getting this?
Yes.
Hello. Are you all getting this?
Hello. Yes.
Everyone, are you getting?
Yes, Amrit.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh, wait.
Yes, we can
Wasn't
hear you.
muted. Yeah. No. Is it okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Yes.
okay.
Okay. Great. Similarly, get entity and get entity set. So if you want to read a record, you must need a primary key value. So here what you are going to see, this method is used to fetch a single record from the table. Fetch a single record from the table, and it has one important parameters. It will also have IT key tab. This will give you the primary key value, which you can use, to fetch the record. And the last one, get entity set. We tried to implement it in our last session. So this method is used to fetch more than one records. And it has mainly two important parameters. IT filter select options, and the last one is your ET entity set. IT filter select option and ET entity set. This will capture the filter of value, and this will return the output to the front-end application. Here you will have another one, ER entity, to return the record to front-end app. That's how things works here. If you have the idea of these parameters, you will be debugging them, and then you will be easily able to implement them. Correct? So let's start with the implementation. And this is going to be our, without using BAPI or RFC, that is, we are going to write everything from ourselves. So I will open my SAP logon and let's try to understand it. SEGW. Again, we will use our custom employee table, which we used here also for understanding this concept. Yeah. So let's go and create our project, our OData 1. Let's make it second. OData project and package. I will save it. And I will import the DDIC structure. So right click, import DDIC structure, our table name. And here I will be giving the name for my entity and my structure. Then next, I will select the required columns. Yeah, I will go for next. Now you can simply mark your primary key here and you can finish it. Yeah, entity type imported successfully. Once it is done, what we will do, we will generate our runtime artifacts. So I'll click on it. It will generate the model provider class, data provider class, and registered service. So enter package and transport request. Yeah. Yes, we are getting it. If you check the runtime artifacts, you will have your classes. I will copy my DPC extension class and I will go to SE24 to open this class either. Let's navigate to SE80. Yeah. And here in the method section, we can see our methods, correct? We can see all our CRUD methods here for our entity set that we have created. See, employee set, delete entity, employee set, create entity, get entity set, and update entity. So let's start with our get entity set. What is the definition of it? It will have mainly these two parameters, right? So I will right click on it and I will redefine this method. I will redefine this method. So if you check here, there is your IT filter select option. And then there is your ET entity set parameter, right? Which is going to return our output to the user. So what we can do here, we can simply check it. There can be two conditions here. If you check for this one, there can be two conditions. One is either user wants all the records from the system. So in this situation, the IT filter select option will be empty. Select options will be empty. This can be one condition. Another condition is user wants only selected records, only required results, required records. So there will be some filter condition in IT filter select option. Two condition can be possible, correct? And based on that, we can write our logic. Same thing I am going to do here. There is my IT filter select option. I will create a work area for it. So here I will create a work area, data keyword, my ls filter, like line of IT filter select options. That's what I'm going to do. I will read this internal table. So read table IT filter select option, filter select options into work area ls filter index 1. Yes. And I will go for size sub RC check here. If size sub RC is equal to 0 and if yeah. So let's debug it so that we can understand what is going to happen. I will activate the code here. And I will put a breakpoint, external breakpoint here. Now I will go back to my SEGW and here I will test my OData services. So if you all recall, we created our OData service and we registered the OData service from our maintenance service section. Also, you can register it by clicking on this register button. If you see here, there is one your register button. You can click on it. You can go for embedded system local here. And here you can simply pass the package. That much is just needed to register your OData service. Click on OK button. Pass the request. And your registration has been successful. You see here, registration status is green. Now you can directly go to Gateway Client and you can test your service. So click on execute. See, we are getting 200. Now I will click on my entity set to select my entity set. This is going to be your URI for calling your get entity set method. This is going to be your URI. When you are using the entity set name, it will by default call the get entity set method. Click on execute and see we are in debugging zone. We are in debugging mode. Now we can check this. So at this moment, you can check this IT filter select option. It is 0. It is not receiving any value from the user. So it is empty. So when it is empty, it will be expecting entire records here. Correct. Once it is empty, it will be expecting the entire records. So we will write accordingly, we will write our logic. So either if size sub RC equal to 0, or there can be one else condition where user is not sending any filter condition. So in this situation, we will simply go for select star from table. This is my table. And I'll go for into table, into corresponding fields of table ET entity set. So this will be your else condition. Yeah. I will activate it. And let's again put external debugger here. I will go back and re-execute. Text of 3. Add this to moment. Again, IT filter is empty. So it will go for else block. And then what it will do? If you check this ET entity set, right now it is empty. But once it will be executed, we will have all our records here. See, we'll have all our records. You can use this URI here. This one. And just use it. So I'll copy. And let's go and test it from browser. Employee set question mark dollar format equal to JSON. Username. And it will hit the debugging. You see here, we are in debugging zone. I'll continue. And we are getting the records. We are getting the records here. All the records. So that is without implementing any filter condition. Yes. Without implementing any filter condition. But if you want to go for filter condition, so if you check the type of this IT filter select option, it is nothing but a table type. This table type has a structure of itself. And this structure, if you check, there is one property column. And the second one is your select option. And this select option is a table type in itself. And if you go inside this, you will find out the 4 component of your select option: sign, option, low and high. It's the same thing. So if your filter condition is getting implemented, you can write the logic for filter condition also here. So if size of RC is equal to 0, then what we will do? We'll go for select, again star, same thing, but this time with a where condition. Where our employee ID will be in ls filter, this one, because we are reading this work into work area. So ls filter and its component select option. That's how things are going to be implemented. So if I activate it, yeah. Let's put a debugger again. Now I'll go to Gateway Client. Yes. And here I will be passing the filter condition this time. So question mark dollar filter equal to, please understand the situation here. Whatever the properties that you have defined inside this, whatever properties that you have defined inside, the name case must be same. The name case must be same. Same name should be there. Even if it is in a small letter, it must be there in a small letter only. So here question mark dollar filter equal to my employee ID, and let's say greater than GT, greater than 110. That is going to be your URI here. Yes. I'm sharing with you. You can use it also. So let's test this one. I'll click on execute. We are in debugging. Desktop 3. Let's see this IT filter select option this time. This has one record here. If you check, yes, it is receiving greater than 110. Great. So this time size of RC is 0 and it will read the record. And let's check our parameter. ET entity set. It has this time only got 7 records. Starting from 111, 12, 13, 14. See, same thing you can check here. Yes. Same thing you can check. You can add the JSON format also here, format equal to JSON. And you can use this URI from browser also. So if I go to browser and here I paste it, question mark dollar filter equal to employee ID greater than 110 and format equal to JSON. Let's see this. It will hit the debugger and I'll come out of it. What is the first value here? Everyone. What is the first value here?
111.
111. What is the condition we had given here? Greater than 110. If you go for less than, if you turn it into LT, things will be different here. Let's check this. Less than LT. Enter. I'll execute. Starting from 101 till 109. Correct? Whatever filter condition we are applying, only the required result it is returning. That is your get entity set method with applied filter condition here. Yes, IT filter select option. Any questions? Any questions?
No for my side.
Everyone, is it okay? Can check the XML format also. We go for continue. That is your XML format output. Yes. So two format is mainly supported here, either XML or JSON. Based on the requirement, you can implement them. Everyone, is it okay? Shall we move on to the next thing?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is your get entity set. Second one is your get entity. Second one is your get entity. This will be mainly used to fetch a single record. So this one will be mainly used to fetch a single record here. And if you check here, two important parameters are there. IT key tab and ER entity. And please recall, these URIs are most important thing. If you are not using the correct URI, you will never be able to get the desired results. So URI are very, very important here. Now we will go back and let's implement our get entity this time. So this is our get entity method. I will redefine it. Redefine. Yes. And let's see this one. IT key tab. ER entity, the two important parameters of it. So I will just put a breakpoint here to understand how things are working. Activate it. And here we will implement a external break. I will put here a external breakpoint. Let's go to SEGW and Gateway Client here. This time there will be a difference in the URI. If you want to call the get entity method, you will be using here parenthesis. And inside the parenthesis, you can simply pass any of the properties that you have defined. Again, I will be using the employee ID, copy it. And I will be passing here its value equal to, let's say, no one. Yes. That is going to be your URI this time. So now if you click on execute button, which method is getting called? Which method is getting called here?
Right.
Get entity method is getting called, correct? Now, if you check the properties of this get entity method, if I'll put here IT key tab, what we are receiving here, one record. And if we check it, what we are getting here, our property and its value. Are we getting it? The same thing that we passed from our gateway client here, right? Right? We are getting the same stuff here. We can implement it here. So once you have the primary key value, now you can simply implement it to get the desired result. So I will go here. Now I will fetch this value from IT key tab. So let's declare one work area for it. Data keyword, ls key, like line of IT key tab. And we will read it. So read table IT key tab into ls key index 1 And if size of RC equal to 0, so we have the value. And now we can simply write the query. And if we can simply write select single star from our employee table. This is my employee table here. Into corresponding fields of ER entity, where the primary key employee ID is equal to LS key, and it was getting received in value. So LS key value. Correct? That's how we can implement it, because we are receiving the same thing here, right? Let's do the debugging of it. I will put external breakpoint here. And this thing I'm going to call it from the browser itself. So from here I will copy. I'll go to browser. Let's try this along with JSON format. So format equal to JSON. Format equal to JSON. It will hit the debugger. Yes, here is your debugger. This one. Let's check it. So we have passed 101. We will receive it 101 here. Yes, we are receiving. Size of RC will be 0. We can write the logic here, this select query, and you can check this ER entity 101 records. So if I click on continue on the browser, I will get this 101 record. Right? On the browser, we will get this 101 record. Are you getting? Kuntal?
Yes, sir.
Rohit, are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Soumya, is it okay for you?
Yes.
Everyone, any confusion here? It's all about implementing logic. Now, if I pass any sort of input here, it will return me the desired result. So if I go there, if I'm searching for 111, I'll get the 111. If I'll search for 112, if it is there in the table, it will return me. If it is there in the table, it will return me 113. See? But if we are passing, suppose 140, which is not there in the table, it is giving me one error. Resource not found for segment employee. See this one. Yes. So if you are passing some sort of input which is not there in your system, what it is going to do, it will simply tell you, it is simply raising one exception. So what we should do in this situation? If system is triggering one exception, what we should do in this situation?
We should catch this exception and throw it into this.
No. If the exception is raising, we will handle it now.
Yes, that's what
Sir.
we should do.
Yes. So if exception is getting triggered, what we are going to do, we will handle it. So you can simply do one thing here. What you can do is, you can see this area here. If size of RC is equal to 0, we are fetching it. it will return the value. And here we can just write if this size of RC is not equal to 0, I can simply raise one of the exceptions that is available here. Mainly this business exception is going to be triggered, BAPI exception. You can simply use it. So I'll copy. I will show it in detail part in the upcoming session. Right now, just one thing here. So raise exception, type this business exception, and I will call it. And here you can also write your default messages, whatever you want to print it. This message unlimited. You can use, you can write any sort of text here. Employee data do not exist. Employee data do not exist. I will enable the exporting parameter. Pretty printer. That's what we can do. Yes. So I will activate it. And let's check this time. 140. See the message. Same message that we have written. So we can use the exceptions also here. We will use this later on in detail part. Right now, just a huge case of it to make your API more interesting. You can test your APIs from Postman also. So if you have Postman, it's a free tool mainly used for testing purpose. Yes, I will create one section here. Authorization, it will ask for your credential. So I will pass my user ID and password of my SAP system here. Yes, and then you can simply use it. Here just you can pass. I'm calling the get method. Let's use the same URI, this one. Control C. I'll paste it here. And I'll go for send. See this. Yes. If we will pass the correct input here, it will return the value. Request successful. That is your implementation of get. This is your get. In our next session, we are going to use our post, put and delete part for our custom. Then we will use some standard stuff also. Kuntal, did you work on Postman yet?
No, I didn't work.
So let me explain, guys. Postman is a free tool which is mainly used to test the APIs. See here. So this API that we have built, we can test it. It's a free tool. You can just download it. You can simply go to your Chrome browser. Postman tool. You can simply download it. Sign up for free. You can use its free feature to test your APIs that you are developing on SAP system. So either you can just test your via gateway client, but this is locally. Locally, it will most of the time it will be working, but it is always a better approach to test your APIs only from Postman, so that we can understand if we have developed any Fiori application, if we are sending the request, whether it will be working or not. Getting my point? Is it okay?